Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session of Customily. As we are letting people in, we're going to wait just a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, let's play some music.
Step into the future, get ready to ignite. Customly's the engine, taking you to new heights. Personalization power, the best you've ever seen. We're rocking the e-commerce scene, living the dream. No limits, no borders, creativity unleashed. From names to crosswords, your products find their niche. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Previews, we've got your back. Dynamic designs, there's nothing we lack. From tees to mugs, from frames to tees, Customily's the partner your store really needs. Innovation's our motto, your growth is our goal. With tools so advanced, we're in total control. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. So if you're chasing sales and aiming for the sky, join the Customily family, it's time to amplify. We'll take you higher, set your brand apart. With endless options, we're the e-commerce heart. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Customily, the top of the charts. Transforming every product, winning customers' hearts. With rock vibes and passion, we'll always be true. Customily's the app made just for you.
All right. Thank you all for waiting and welcome to this new live session. This is a very interesting live session. We're going to be covering graduation season. Is this very active part of the year, including May and June, in which we are going to have a lot of students getting their titles and their diplomas, moving out of their homes, establishing themselves, or going back, or starting businesses, or moving from one career to another. So graduation season is very busy, very active, very intense. And it's also very interesting opportunity to develop your products and your offers for this particular market. So today we are going to be covering some ideas for this particular season. So we're going to start by introducing our team today. We have, this is me, the hosting part, and we have a co-host, Joffrey, also. And on the chat, answering all your questions and getting everything working together and running smooth is Josefina. So we have a full team today. And we also say hi and best wishes to our beloved Cecilia on maternity leave. So best wishes to her. Welcome, Shoffrey. We're going to be covering the agenda for today so we can start talking together about tips and tricks for your store for this graduation season. We're going to cover some custom design ideas for products specific of this time of the year and some customity design ideas. Also, we're going to do a quick couple of tutorials. One will be a quick product using POD products and customity designs, and we're also going to create something very particular of this time of the year and this particular season, and it's going to be something completely custom, directly made on Customily for you, right? And of course, we always have time for Q&A. So let's get started, Shoffrey, with our tips for the store.
All right, Jose, thank you very much for hosting and for always having me here. And thank you everyone for attending today's live session. As Jose was mentioning, graduation is a big moment of the year with great amount of sales because it represents an important milestone for people, right? So on that note, here is a tip that you can thrive on, and is relying on the emotional value of the occasion plus the personalization. We all know that graduation is a symbol of hard work and achievement, and that is important, an important milestone for the people that are graduating. So selling and offering personalized gifts becomes a thoughtful message, a thoughtful gift to send out, and you can make it unique, and it makes it more important, more special than generic presents that you can give out there. So rely on this and thrive on this factor to promote and create personalized, unique products.
Yes, definitely the emotional value is what you're going to be pushing here. And as Sophie mentioned, it is that important milestone on everyone's life. So the personalization itself will only be will mean as long as you're somehow going to put the design that will commemorate that, and always think about these products that will last and will be a reminder of the event.
Absolutely. And if you come from this, if you create unique moments, unique products, unique designs that tackle and target that need and that emotional value, you rely on those to promote and create emotional storytelling for your ads. This raises the engagement for your audience. This raises the engagement from your clients or potential clients, because graduation is an emotional moment. And if your storytelling helps them connect with the type of product and your audience feels compelled by your ad, you're increasing the chances that you get conversions and purchases.
Hmm. Yes, definitely. And along the way of how this event takes place across the entire family, you will see that this is a great season for gifting and actually also celebrating, and not just gifting the actual graduate, but thinking about the entire event around this accomplishment. So, for example, when you are planning a big celebration party, you're definitely going to be personalizing signs, personalizing garden flags, or even small decorations and details like napkins or dishes or whatever you can think of that will be part of this big event. And to be honest, I mean, it is a big event. It's actually an event that has a immediate celebration on the college itself when you get the final grade. It's an event when you actually get home for that day, when you get together with your teammates on the actual ceremony on college, and it's also going to be another event when you actually party with your family and friends. So there's a lot of events associated with this particular accomplishment that is that you can keep in mind when putting together your products and your target audience. Also, definitely is something you need to focus on your social media advertisings, and also connect to that social media. Why? Because nowadays, it has been for, of course, a long time, but these events, these accomplishments are shared and celebrated and replicated across multiple social networks. So you will definitely tag people, let people know, use every single channel you have to tell the world that you have made this accomplishment, that you have achieved this. There will be a lot of pictures and everything. So whatever you're designing and offering, keep in mind that the way you're going to depict that is present across multiple platforms and multiple events. So whatever people share can also include those products.
Absolutely. So you can come from props for a party, for example, or souvenirs to give away as well. And that takes us to the other to our next slide, which is this one. They're talking about customization options that appeal to everyone. And I was mentioning props for a party or decoration, for example, or souvenirs, because anyone pretty much is involved in this season, not only the person that's graduating or that is completing this milestone, but parents, grandparents, friends, teachers, and everyone wants to either give a unique, memorable gift or purchase things to make the occasion memorable, right? That's why I was mentioning decoration, props for a party. Like, for example, my son graduated, right? These kind of things people can get. I mean, you can exploit your imagination from T-shirts and hats to face paddles, for example, or anything. Pretty much can happen, right? So think big and think outside the box, and try to think of how you can offer personalization in your day-to-day products, and how to target and promote those products.
Mhm.
At this time of the year, this coming time of the year, there's a high demand for quantity and multiple buyers. So many people many people purchase products in bulk, right? That's why I was talking about decorations. Some institutions, some schools purchase things to create a nice environment, a nice ambience for these occasions, for celebrations. And many people purchase things in bulk orders for personalization items, because you get plenty of graduates. And some other people even offer these things in bulk for parents that are interested in creating or hosting parties for their kids or for their relatives. So think outside the box and try to offer bundles and bulk orders, because this is a time where people purchase in big quantities.
Yes, definitely. And also, I mean, when getting stuff customized, you can get single individual kind of designs, and also a whole class kind of design. So you will definitely customize the education center and the class of certain year, or where you will actually have names and clip art depicting your characters. So depending on your designs, you're definitely going to promote buying in quantity as well. And mentioning about how this appeals to everyone. I wanted to do an extra point to what Shoffrey said is keep in mind that you are graduating. I mean, your target audience is the graduated one, and you will be a parent gifting or a grandparent gifting, or yourself gifting. But think about this also: you're not just graduating, but your teachers have been dedicating their whole semester to you. So it's very common that customization includes presence for the teachers, for the educators. Keep that in mind, because that's also a very great thing that you can put together several people and contribute to a gift to the whole, to gifts to all the teaching, to the whole faculty. So that's actually pretty interesting niche to consider as well. And when it comes to design ideas for products, well, we have some classics, of course, but let's always try to think outside the box. You know how we like to do things in our live sessions. And first of all, we're going to give you some design ideas, and then we're going to talk about some products. But ideally, when it comes to designs, we definitely encourage, for example, using maps and texts, because sometimes you have been traveling or you have been staying in another state because you're on a different city university, and you actually want to travel back to your hometown, and you will have a location memento of where did you study, for example. Also, always keep in mind that cliparts and texts are cliparts actually are pretty fun for this, and because our audience is relatively young, cliparts are more attractive and they are more appealing to the young audience. So that's always a great idea for design. Also, with the new features we have, it could be nice, depending on your on the product you're customizing, to include an image upload and also to include a calendar, right? So you can actually set the specific date. You can set a particular photo of the moment. This could be really interesting. Could be also like the cover of your journal, or a small frame on your desk. Those ideas are pretty are always going to be attractive for this audience.
Absolutely. And if we follow those lines, we'll have here five customly designs that you can use, and you can offer depending on the occasion, depending on the target audience or the people that are going to purchase it. So, for example, items 1 and 2, we have a calendar and we have the map. And if you take a look at the names, and so the adventure begins and I did it, this could be potentially used as props or souvenirs for the people that come to the graduation, that come to a celebration. And these are, just as Jose was mentioning earlier, items or elements that could help you cherish this important moment, this important milestone, and be kept in the future, right? To be kept out there. So, for example, you can include these designs at notepads, books, for example, the acrylic flakes. Think of I don't know, greeting cards, etc. Right? So these could be used, for example, used as props or souvenirs. The proud parents one, which is design number 3, could be used, for example, as merchandising for the relatives, so the people that are accompanying the graduate, right? Most people wear this, and you can put these types of designs with clippers that are customizable at t-shirts, hoodies. I don't know. It's a hot season, the one that comes now, but t-shirts and tank tops, for example. So you can always think outside the box and put this as merchandising that people can wear to accompany the graduate celebration. And items 4 and 5, they graduate, and the class of, for example, can be included in garden flags, poster signs, etc. Because these remember or resemble the graduate and the class that they are coming from. So most of these designs all of these designs can be built out of Customily's offers, the ones that we have out there, and you can always, of course, use them as they are, or build on them to make them a little more personalized to your wishes and targeting your audience, of course.
Yes, definitely. Well, you're going to see some of these ideas. We have a special collection in our Customily design library, so keep an eye on what we have there. And remember, you can always start with this and then modify this to your own likings. So we always encourage you to improve and make it yourself, any single Customily design. Now, if you need more inspiration, we have a special collection in our demo store. So please visit our official demo store. Check out what we have done, the different products we offer, the different designs we have. As you can see, we have a special collection for this, as well as a special collection theme related. So that's something you can also start and do in your store when this is when you're going to be promoting the graduation presents. Keep in mind to have a collection itself to feature those things. It's just a few weeks on the year, so it's really important to make the most of that. Always think outside the box. That's what we recommend. And if you're going to be creating products, try to think about all the events around the accomplishment itself. Like I said, you have the chance to have gifts like t-shirts or mugs or whatever that you're going to be wearing or using during the celebrations, during the last day at school. You will also have a party that can have a lot of souvenirs and customized decorations, right? As well as special giftings like presents or even, I mean, we're again thinking outside the box. You can personalize your laptop pouches and bags. Anything that you can think of that will also be useful for the graduate. That's something you always need to think of. So it can be a gift for that particular moment, a personalized gift for the particular event. It can be a gift for the future use for working and for any other venture the student will have, because we are always students. We don't graduate and stop learning. So keep that in mind. So your gift will not just be revolting a particular day in the life of the graduates. It can be something that will last. And so we pick a couple of products that maybe are not particularly the ones that last, but definitely are original ideas for this event. So we're going to quickly create a garden flag, and it's pretty interesting and pretty cool, especially when you actually let's say you graduate on your college and you then travel back home and you are received by your friends and family and neighbors, and you have these garden flags commemorating you with you as a cartoon, or your messages, or maybe this is like the first part and the second part is like everyone will sign your garden flag, and you're going to then take it back home. It's like a really interesting gift when you start to give a storytelling, like Joffrey said. And then we will have a stole. This is a personalized stole for the robe and the looks, depending of your graduation. But you know what? Dressing up for graduation doesn't have to be something mandatory for the particular college or school you are attending. It can be also something you're going to wear for the celebration. So keeping that in mind, we're going to create these two products. One is going to be super fast. The other is going to take just a bit more of time, because we actually want you to see what is it that you can do with Customily as a challenge, right? Of course, we are going to have a Q&A after that, but in the meantime, we can check how are we doing with the questions. All right, yes, let's begin with the tutorial. So let me start by sharing my screen. Just going to say, yeah, so I need to stop presentation and share this right away. Right, so now you can see my screen. So we are going to create this graduation garden flag, right? And this is a Customily design and a product from a POD. Okay, so our Customily design will allow you to choose gender, to choose the message, for example, this one, right? And also we're going to be able to write our measure. Then also we're going to put our college name and our name. And for example, I have that already loaded, and then we're going to pick this. So we get the character to show up right away. Yeah, and we have our well, hairstyles and everything. And let's say that would be me. Yeah, could be this. And we're going to have our robe and our cap. And of course, we can have our shoes and our trousers. So this could be our customization. This is really fun, and when you put it on a real product, it looks pretty nice. So how do we create this really fast? We're going into Customily, and in the start section, like I said, the idea is that you test it out and then you come up with your own great ideas. Let's create a new product. Basically, we're going to click here on Publish New Product. And we have a lot of partners, and we also today we announce our recent partnership with Boncho. So it's really fun and really great to have them on board. Always announcing new stuff on live sessions. That's the beauty of this. And let's say we type in the main search flag, right? We're going to do a garden flag. There's a lot of options, right? And then there's a lot of PODs that have this. We'll also have not just 10 garden flags, but we have a double-sided flags to wave around, to hang on walls, or to be actually small house flags. It's very common for certain sport events, and some graduations imply also a match, so it's very nice to actually bring those. And then we also have this one. It's a very stylish one. So let's start with the very first one, right? Let's go into this. It's going to be a single-sided garden flag, right? So we're going to click on this product, and has a default color and a default size. Some other flags may have different sizes. And once we set the color and size of these particular products, we're going to add a design to the print area. So here what we do is we're going to pick from our Customily collection, and you have all the latest designs featured. And also, if you go here, you can actually look for the particular graduation collection, right? Some other designs will be actually useful for you. So you can actually create start with a design that includes for example, the clothing of the graduation, but then you want to also add another kind of design. So you can combine both characters into unique designs, right? And among the many ones that we show you today, I'm going to pick this one. I actually really like this one because it's like a yay celebration. So I'm going to apply this design in here, and it will automatically open the adjustment window. And in the adjustment window, I can actually make this just a bit bigger. Yeah, why not? There's like stitches to the side, so I'm going to stay within the safe area, right? Like that. Okay, so happy with this. Click confirm, and just like this, we are ready to actually go all the way down the page and find the next button. So here you will see your store. It can be a WooCommerce, an Etsy, or a Shopify store, or actually as many stores as you have with Customily. Remember that you're not just limited to Shopify. You also have this system for Etsy and WooCommerce. So that's great because you can actually work on any platform with Customily like this. And when I click OK, the system will begin processing the information. It will retrieve the mockup and the printing details about this garden flag. It's going to merge that with the design I just selected, create a unique template, a unique option set, and link them to a new listing on my store. And I will be able to see the listing, and I will be able to change the name, add another picture for the mockup, also change the price. There's a lot of things you can do later on your e-commerce platform, on your listing editor, but also here you can save some time. So for example, here, this is the finished product, and I can start by, for example, changing this name to the live session garden flag. Yeah, like that. And I can play around with this. I can say, okay, let's go with this. So I select this character. I would like to put senior, and I would like to say counting and university. Let's put together anything, right? Wow. So, something that you try to do something without any particular connection. That's my name, and these are all skin colors for this case. You can see that the clip art is changing dynamically um, as we play around with the different hairstyles, the different robes and caps. You can even synchronize the caps if you want to, or have them actually be different. Who knows? And then we're going to have these pants and these shoes, and that's it. This is my testing customization, and I can actually click on this button here to save this to be the new listing photo. So it's going to be the main picture on my new listing. After I'm happy with my testing, my title, and my product, I can even go into the edit product details, and I can set the price. Yep, like that. That's default brought from Printful in this case. The same goes with the description, but you can change it if you want. Yeah, let's go back. We didn't want to save anything, and we can keep it as a draft for now until we beautify the entire listing on go straight publish, and this will go active live to our store and ready to start selling. All right, just let's wait for this. It always takes just a minute to go, and that's it. That's my my new product. You may be wondering, right? It's the same options we tested before. In this case, this is the main listing photo, and if I start customizing, it will create a preview for me. Yeah. Now you may be wondering, how is it that my previous example actually looked like this? Well, from Customily, you can test out any possible combination and any possible title, and you can download those pictures and then use the own POD mockup generator to create this kind of effects. So you're free to combine POD tools with Customily tools to create better mockups and more attractive mockups. And eventually, you can actually use the white background mockup to replace your listing picture. So there's a lot of things you can do to make this a lot better, and you're not just limited to whatever we bring by default in the POD product and the process of creation, right? You're always, once you create the product, you're free to do whatever you want with this. You're free to change the options, titles, the order in which they show up, everything that you can think of, you can change it in Customily. Yeah, and now we have a brand new garden flag ready to go. In fact, I think if I refresh this, yeah. All right. Okay, so we finished our first product, and we're going to get straight to the second one. The second one is a customized gradation stole. And this, you may see, wow, this looks really fun and really interesting to show this on the actual person. And for this particular demo, we didn't did this like that. We're not going to be doing that, but I can show you how. It requires just a bit extra image edition, so you can get something like this, right? So this is going to be the end result. And the idea of this customized stole is that you can actually type the name, for example, yeah, and actually get this to show directly on the person, right? And we call this, yeah, and we can change the text color, yeah, and we can change the background color of the stole to be something like this. Oh, this is not going to work. So that's better. Right, so this could be a really interesting way to sell this out. It may not be unless you have like a really comfortable image, front image. It may look better or not. In this case, we wanted to test how it looks on the real person, but we had some we don't see the full extension of the stole, so it may not be the best mockup. We just wanted to do this exploration and show you that it's possible, right? And of course, we have 4 pictures to upload in here. But let's create this, right? Let's create something similar to this. And we're going to do the opposite way we did on the previous product. With previous product, we pick a POD product, we pick a Customily design, and then we just had the system merge them together to create something new. In this case, we're going to use our second option, which is adding personalization to an existing product. So if you click here, it will bring you up to your store, correct? And you can actually see all products, those already linked to Customily or those still not linked to Customily. And this is what the filter that I want, so I can find this product, the customized graduation stole. I'm going to click this, and as you can see, I have 3 stages to fill and to complete. First of all, picking a product, and that's done, right? We have already picked a product. It can be draft or live in your store. It can be on any store, WooCommerce, Etsy, Amazon, or Shopify. This process also works with Amazon, so also keep an eye on this, because this is a streamlined process to create your own custom product that you're going to be, of course, fulfilling with your own provider. But if you're going to be working with any product, the steps are like this, right? So let's create now the second part, which is the template. The template is the graphic part of the personalization. Basically, is the preview you see and the print file you see. Okay, so we need that. We need to create that from scratch. So let's click on Start Designing. And let's start with a new product. So we're going to call this the live session custom stole. Yeah. And we're going to put a size. Now, this size is very important because it's the actual size of the printing of the product. So this is actually a very long and narrow product. It actually has 72 by 6 inches. We check this is one size, of course. And if you create the page, it looks like this. So this is very important because this is what we need to customize. Yeah, we need to customize this, and then of course we need to represent this on the preview. So for printing, you are going to print an entirely long product. What are we going to put inside this? Well, I would say we're going to put a, let's start with a name. Sorry, this could be the name of the student or the college. So we're going to make this big. We're going to change the character to, let's say, a college-related font. Yep. And make sure this is really big. I don't know how big I can fit into this box, but I will try with 600 points. And no, well, I can only fit 340, right? So let's put 340. Yeah. But if I keep typing, I may go so small that it's not printable. So we're going to try and set this to a minimum size that can actually host 2 lines. Yeah, that will be a good idea. Let's try and see what 2 lines look like this. Yeah. All right. So you can test anything, and I recommend you test it. So I would say 130 seems to be like a good size if you want 2 lines, right? So the minimum size should be 130. So now if I type something very short, it will be big. But if I keep typing, it will go like this. And if you start, if you don't actually get to see if it stops typing, is because you need to jump the line. Jumping the line requires that you actually have words, and also that you have this automatic multi-line. So if customers don't jump the line themselves, you can jump the line automatically for them. So this is one text, and we're going to call this the let's call this the school name. Okay, so we're going to place this at the edge here. We may need to leave some safe area at the corners, right, like that. Okay, and then we're going to create another text. So I would rather go and Control or Command C, Control C to copy, Control V or Command V to paste, and now we have another item. It covers it has the same size, the same font, the same point size, but it's a different object. So we're going to call this student name. Right, and probably going to position this also aligned. Yeah, and but actually let's align this here, and okay, perfect. So now we have the two ends of this, and one is going to come from here, it's going to go through the next, and going to go here. Yep, and then what we need to do is we need to put some images in here. So at some point we will have a center line, and you know the center we can actually create a limited dynamic image fit to the canvas. So this is going to be like the center, yeah, this axis here. If I were to change this to half of this, like, right, so if this is 1828, it's actually 914.4. Yeah, that's half of the width. And if I push this to the side, I have a guideline that tells me where the center is. So I need to make sure that, basically because I actually want the center to be visible, just so I can organize the images, right? This is going to be all the way down. This is going to be locked. So I really just need that line for now. What I want to do is I'm probably going to be changing a bit of this. I'm going to be adjusting this just a bit. Let's say I go a bit smaller, and the reason I want this to be smaller is because I want more space for the images. So yeah, 44895. Yeah, so let's go to the other side like this. Yeah, and just change it a bit. 4.8. Right, I can be exactly the same, but I wanted to keep this aligned to the side. So I have enough space here to put a couple of photos. So for images that customers will upload, we use image placeholders. Okay. All right. So this is the first one. We're going to make it smaller. We're going to make it rotated. It doesn't have to be perfect, or yes, up to you. And I think about this, I may make it just a bit more narrow. Okay, I think I'm going to go into the image behavior and make sure I fill the area. Yeah, and let me just try with an image, and let's use our student here. Right, so this is going to be one image. Then we're going to do the same. Let's go photo 1. Then we go, we copy this and we paste it, and we have another item, and this is going to be like photo 2. It's important that you copy paste and not duplicate. Duplicating will create the same ID, and we want independent objects. Then we are going to do basically the same, but now we're going to flip this. So we will have, there it is. We will have this here and flip it. Yeah, that's going to be photo number 3. And this will be photo number 4. Now, of course, this design is just a suggestion. It's something to inspire you and get you started. Always, we encourage you to improve whatever you see here, but we hope we can be of inspiration. This should be pretty much done. Customers can put the school name, the student name, photo 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's it. Now, this is going to be printed out transparent into whatever fabric the stall has. We can actually change it if we actually add a background that can change color. So for that, if you have recalled previous live sessions, what we do is we need to create a vector file. Why? Because vector files can actually acquire single colors and change colors, right? So for that, we create a dynamic vector object, and this dynamic vector will allow us to upload our own vector or library, okay? And we already created this on any vector designator software, and we upload this. Basically, we are uploading a 72 by 6 inch EPS plain color object, right? So this is the color background. All right. Right, so this is, well, it's black by default, but if you click on here when it says vector mode, you can set this to be single color, and maybe just, we're going to create a color picker later, but we can actually put this in like a color like this so we can preview this faster. Finally, we're going to click on the fit to canvas. Let me show you this in full scope. So we go fit to canvas, and now we have our background completely ready, our images ready for people to upload, and our text elements. Yeah, so far so good. We have everything to go. Small detail, we're going to be positioning this. This is printing perfectly well, but we're going to put this on a mockup, and the mockup is very important. And let me show you what the mockup should look like. And here, so we pick this and this here, right? So here, this is the demo we had for our right? It's like this. So it has a let's say prints two sides. It's not a perfect, okay, but at least it shows the effect. Always think really hard about your mockup, because it's going to determine certain things that you're going to be needing later, right? So in this case, we are going to put the first part on the top side and the other one on the lower. But as you can see, because they are overlapping, we should actually have two colors, or two layers, so they can create the realistic effect. Nevertheless, they will print perfectly well, but the preview actually puts a bit of challenge. This is another example we had, yeah, like this, and we had like the same situation. Or we actually need the person with the actual Photoshop creation, right? We're still going to show you on the assets the Photoshop editor when you actually see the girl with this, and you will actually get this final result, which is, you see this is black because it's transparent, right? So you actually don't see anything on the stole, because you will actually see that later. But for now, because we actually need special shapes and everything, like this, we're not going to be working with that. We're going to be with something very simple, which is this, right? And this actually has the stole as transparent, and we can actually put our design to showcase on this, right? So it takes a bit of work to create a beautiful preview, but I promise that if you get your heads on that, is going to be amazing. So one thing we need is, if you can see, I don't think I can draw on this, but basically you will see, let me see if I can draw this. I never tried this. I don't think I can. So I thought I could modify. It's just like draw on top. Well, basically, if you don't see this, if you follow my pointer here, you will see that we have one layer on top, and then we have another on the back. And we will actually need two background colors, so they can actually be one on top of the other. That's a resource we have just for preview purposes. So, and the reason I'm explaining this is because this vector that we're going to call background color will actually have a twin, right? So we're going to do this, and we're going to duplicate this on a twin. Why do we have a twin? You may wonder. Because we want two objects on the preview. One object will, the second object is for preview purposes only. So actually, when it prints we don't see this at all. We hide that. But we are going to need this clone, this exact copy. We're going to need it so we can create the heuristic effect. And I'm going to show you right now. Very important. Remember ID number 8. This is the way we can locate this object later. Okay, off we go. Let's click next to create our preview. In our preview, we have we can use a background image or background color. If we have a background image, awesome. If not, let's go with the background image, and let's put the standard. Oh, I don't have this in white. Sorry, I didn't get. So we're going to go for a background color, but you will have the resource to actually get that in white and also in transparent. So now we have this printing. Awesome. Yes, but we actually need a product to showcase this better. So we have a tool to upload dynamic images, and we're going to upload our mockup. So let's call this, yeah, and this is going to be the mockup. All right. If it's too large, the system will optimize that. Let's call this mockup. All right. So I'll make it bigger. So as big as I can fit on the screen. Yeah, like that. So this looks pretty nice as a mockup. Yeah. And as you can see, transparent. That's awesome because we're going to put the design later. So how do we put the design together? I would go and lock the mockup first, and then I will grab my background color. Remember, the background color is this vector element here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly rotate this and try to cover the shape of my transparency. Yeah, something like this. Creating the best mockup is an art, and I recommend you invest on this in time and creativity because it's going to make a difference. So what I'm doing is basically trying to paint half of the object. I can go more precise like this. Yeah, this I think you go. You see how it actually covers almost the angle. I think I might go 2.8. Yeah, something like that will be perfect, right? So this is my background. This is what wraps part of this. And now I'm going to lock it because I definitely don't want this to move by accident. And I'm going to call out for my twin friend here and going to show it here. And this one, actually, so I can preview this better, I'm going to change the color. Let me change it like this. Yeah, just for previewing purposes. I'm going to drag this all the way down, all the way here. And I'm still going to rotate this and put it in here. And I think I need to rotate this just a bit more. Now there's a question there about complex option sets, and we may not cover today, but we're going to do some cool stuff with the option set really in just a couple of minutes. All right, so this is pretty much what we need for this. And regarding the option set, we're going to share a link to a specifically design live session we did a couple of years ago with a lot of conditional logics and through studies that will show you what you can do in an option set. Right now we have our backgrounds. Okay, this could actually change different colors, but I think the idea is to keep it in one single color. Now what we need to do is split this into half. The school name, photo 1 and photo 2. Yeah, these ones will go in one half, like this. Okay, and student photo 2, photo 3 and 4 will go into the other half, like this. Now, of course, remember this actually. This actually is flip on this preview, so we can actually click this and flip. Oh wait, sorry, is this no? Sorry, it's with this, and I go like this, and I flip this around like that, just for the preview, right? we actually want this to show us like this. And oh, the A flip up, don't worry, we're just going to do, yeah, this. Remember, this is previewing only. So whatever we do, it won't affect. The only details we need to adjust in this case is what happens with these overlaying images, correct? So for that is why we created two colors on the background, because now we can actually grab this first background and put it on top, or more accurately, we're going to grab the student name, put it behind the background, and go option 3, and do the same in photo 4. Yes. So now you can see they are behind. They're more realistic. And you're still going to be able to print everything perfectly, but you're going to preview this differently, just like this. Oh, wait, it's going too far. All right. I think let's see if we can put match a couple of questions here. So if using several layers, is there a way to unhide layers in the customer's UI too, so the user can disable, enable even the whole layer, and if not needed too, right? So to enable or disable layers, what you actually do is you create layouts. Sorry, to introduce the topic. Layouts are, well, I cannot show you in here because this is the preview instance. It has to be something done on the print. So once we're finished with this, I'm going to show you how to show or hide different items. But basically, you need to create different layouts or group of items. All right, so far so good. We're not going to do much else on this product. I think I have done a lot to create this realistic effect. I'm going to go next and save it. And here, right, this is, let me show you why it's so important that we design one thing for printing and we arrange stuff for previewing. Don't mind this mess in which you don't see backgrounds and everything. This is mainly because we are because this is like a final revision that is not perfectly matching. But I want you to see that if I type this school, right? Oh wait, well it's behind this object that is actually hidden. So you're going to see that in the next stage, right? Preview stage, revision stage is undergoing a great enhancement. So I promise in future live sessions, you will see this final stage a lot great. So now the template is finished. Yep. And the option set is created automatically. So that's actually a great thing for those asking about the option set. And, you know, actually I can click save and have it finished. Yeah, we are fine. Now, the problem is we are missing a couple of extra details. For example, we don't have a control for the background color. We don't have a control for the text color. So we need to do a couple of things on the options as well. Let's click on here to open the option set. I still don't want to preview the product because I know I have to do some stuff, right? So if I click on the top corner here, I can open the preview. And I have school name and student name, right? Those are like the first names. And then we have photo 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is automatically created by Customily based on the information. But we actually want to do a couple of extra things. We want to allow for text color and background color. So for example, this text input, if I click to open and I go to Customily functions, I can see that the system has already connected the text input here has been connected to text object number 1, meaning that whatever I type in the school name will show on the text element number 1. And the student is going to show on text element number 2. Right, so with those two coordinates, I can actually go here to the bottom here and create a new option, drag it up here, and click to open. Now, this is not going to be a text input. It's going to be among the many options we have, and this gives you like a lot to play with. I'm going for color picker, and I'm going to call this text color. Text color. My default color will be black as selected. And very important, this color picker does nothing until I connect the function to the objects I want. So I click this to open the Customily functions and click this to go text color. Yeah, so remember 1 and 2. Now I can control both texts with the same color picker. Same logic. I'm going to create another option. This one is going to be on the last part of the option set. And I'm going to call this, also is going to be a color picker. So you should be able to see here in the preview, the color picker. If you don't see that, you can reset this, or you can click preview to close, again to open, and now you see the color picker. So I'm going to call this background color, right? So how do we change our vector colors? Basically, go to Customily functions, and instead of targeting a text color, we target a dynamic vector color. You don't recall that, but if you recall, it was number 8, right? So, and definitely we don't want to start with a black color background, so we're going to go with something in this area, right? So this is going to be our starting color. So far, so good. That is just how can we put together our options. You know, what we may want to do is put together both color pickers, yeah, and the photos at last. Let's click save. So now we have our option set updated. We have our product with all 3 stages ready, meaning that this is linked to Customily and working, and we can go and view this on the store. Okay, and Customily loads, and it loads all the options. There you go. So let's start with the school name, right? So, right, and now you see the school name. We can also have the student name, right? If you see this upside down, we can change it on the template. Remember, we did a flipping, so I might have lost track of this. I'm going to show you how to fix it right away. So now we're going to click this and change the color of the text, and background color will also change according. So you see how this is changing together. That's how you put together a really complicated preview, and you actually get, and then we have the pictures. So let's upload the pictures and go this one, right? So first we're going to get the first image. We can also click here to crop, and it will zoom in. Yeah, and we can set this like this and this. Awesome, done. And we can do this also with photo number 2. I think they're pretty big images. That's why it takes a bit of time and go. So I might center this. Done. Right. So now we have these 2, and then we have the other 2 here. All right. Let's grab this image and let's grab the other one. Okay. This is number 3. Remember, this one is looking like this, but it's going to print perfectly well, right? Like that. And done. Finally, we're going to do number 4, just so we can complete the look. Like that. And yeah, right. So this is behind. That's why you see this line. Perfect. Done. So let's say we actually want to fix this text just for the preview. You always get a chance to, again, modify the template, modify the options. Whatever you modify, you save, you will refresh the product, and that's it. So if I click on this shortcut and I open the template, I'm going to show you how to fix it. And at the same time, I'm going to show you the question about hiding layers or toggling layers together. Okay, so this is the printing part. And like I said, if you actually want to set to show or hide a certain number of images or not, you can create layouts in the top corner. You pick one or more items and you create layout. Meaning that this, if I, let's say I grab this and create layouts. This means that now if I pick one layout, I'm going to see these layers. And if I pick another layer, I will see the other layers. So this is how you can control visibilities, by creating multiple layouts. And then the system will give you a drop down so you can select which layouts to see. It's a visibility control system, right? And we definitely encourage you to explore that. But you basically pick one or more items and you go to the corner and you create the layout or you remove the layout. Just like that. Oh, wait. All right. All right. Yeah. Just in case, let me. I don't want this to save because I actually wanted to save the template again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the next part because it's the preview, the one that got upside down. And remember, we have this in student name. Yeah, and what I did is upside down, right? So, so let me just flip it. Awesome. All we have to do is that. Let's click next and save it, right? Now that we have this fully loaded, if I show you this really fast, you will see why it's so important to have this properly designed. So this one, we're going to call this. You see how whatever I type will link directly to the print, meaning that even if I see the preview like this or any other way you can imagine, you're still printing exactly what you need for your fulfillment. So that's the beauty of Customily. You can have both words separated. You design everything. Whatever you design, if you plan ahead, you can then put it together in an amazing mockup and still get the design, the printing part perfect. All right. So now that we have updated this, I can go and connect again, but it's connected. So just as a shortcut, just go back to the template list. And we can come here and refresh this. And now my preview should show the name correctly. All right, now it's correct. All right, so let's open up the Q&A. I know we covered a lot of things. We went really lightweighted to heavyweighted on the design, but I think it's we have the idea that you can see the whole world of possibilities of Customily. Needs a bit of work? Yes. We're going to share a lot of assets so you can replicate this, of course, and at least it will give you enough information to create your own ideas for products, for even the same stall, present it in a better way that we came up with. I'm sure you will. But you can see that it's endless what you can do, right? Let's Shoffrey, let's say I know you have been answering questions. Let's see what we have for the Q&A.
Thank you, Jose. So the only question that we have left is whether you can show how to add a second store, a second Shopify store.
Oh, yes. Well, actually, what I can show you is how it looks, because adding a second Shopify store is basically you going to the second store, installing Customily, and if your store is under the same email as the first one, the system will automatically merge both stores into the same account. If you have a different Shopify or Etsy or WooCommerce email address, it will create something completely new. If you're not sure whether you have the same email or not, you can contact our support center, right? And we can jump this to here. Our support center, if you give them the actual store you have or Customily user you have, and you tell them, I want to add another store, they will do it for you. And all you have to do after they let you know is install the app or install the plugin in case of Shop Plaza and Shopify, install the plugin in case of WooCommerce, and in the case of Etsy, you will have to there's steps to subscribe without any extra cost, because remember that the cost is per platform. So adding multiple stores of the same platform would imply no extra cost. I can show you really quickly what it looks like when you have multiple stores. It's pretty simple. Let me just access a user that we know has a lot of stores. Okay, let me quickly show you my my screen again. All right. We also hope that the question about the showing hiding layers was answered. Right, so let's say this is your store or your start menu is the same. You always begin with this store, but if you click here, you will see in the drop down arrow that you can have multiple stores on different platforms actually. Right, we have WooCommerce, we have Amazon, we have Etsy, Shopify, everything. And if I go to products in here, I can see the products of one store, then I can jump to the other products of the other store, and I can keep connecting to, I can use the same designs, product bases, templates, libraries, option sets. I can use the same assets for all stores and just connect whatever products I need or create whatever products I need and pick which store to add it. And if you go to the settings part in here, you can also establish options depending on your store. So you can switch this and it will change the option interface, sorry, the settings interface to match your platform. So it's very important that if you're going to be adding multiple stores and you're not certain if you're sharing the same email, just contact our support center. Let them know what you want to do. They will help you right away because it's a very simple process. Once you already have a Customily account, adding multiple stores is really easy. So, and it will help you a lot because you can center your activity from Customily in one single account. You will be able to do the design shop once, the library creation once, saves you definitely a lot of time. Right, I'm going to repeat the support channels unless we have other questions. Geoffrey?
There is only one. Is whether you have an example of a product with different sizes. For example, a blanket with 3 sizes.
We do actually, yeah, in our demo store, right? Yeah, just look for a new blanket on our demo store or a canvas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be the best. Like I said, I mean, our demo store is the best way for you to see the full potential and how examples work. Just a bit heads up, a template will print on a specific size, meaning that if you have multiple sizes, the system will create multiple templates if you specify that on the blanket product, for example, or the canvas product. So you will have a template for each size, and the system knows that when you change the size on the variant, the right template will load automatically. So you make sure you're printing on the right size. That's all done by the system, but just in case if you wanted to know the concept behind that, because you will see the end result on the demo store, and so you understand whenever you change sizes, you see spinning of a new template loading in just a second. All right, great. Whatever questions you have, of course, always send an email to support@customily.com. You can open a live chat during business hours in Eastern time and join our communities. Some questions that have spotted today, or some comments after we finish the live session and we publish the live session, can be found on our Facebook communities. So we recommend you joining them because we do a lot of announcements, we do a lot of activities, and people are very active, sharing, helping, and overall suggesting also new ideas that we keep in mind for our content. So that's very important. That's all for today. If we don't have any other questions, we always give it a chance. Another Q&A dropping before we go.
No, that's it. We have wrapped up for today. Thank you very much.
Well,
thank you everyone for joining.
That's an amazing job from Geoffrey and from Josefina answering all questions. And we really appreciate you being here today. We hope you get a great graduation season as you have been getting a great previous seasons. So keep an eye for upcoming events like Father's Day. We're going to have the same way we did Mother's Day. We're going to be having Father's Day specials on the upcoming weeks. So stay tuned, save your spot for next live session. And well, thank you for watching and see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.